Welcome to Capital OTB's Daily Report, brought to you by CapitalOTBBet.com. For more information on signing up for a Capital OTB Bet account, visit CapitalOTB.com. And don't forget, you can take advantage of the sign-up bonus. Be all set for the Kentucky Derby, which is just a few weeks away. You do want to have your account ready to fire on that first Saturday in May. Things are shaping up to be very, very exciting. We'll certainly be talking about that over the next couple of weeks. Plenty. But again, CapitalOTBBet.com, all the bells and whistles. If you don't have an account already, now is the time to sign up. I'm Seth Merrill. This is the Daily Report for Friday, April 16th. Thanks for joining us. As always, we kick it off with a trivia question, and with this weekend's Apple Blossom coming up at Oaklawn, we have an Apple Blossom question. Over the past 20 years, two horses have won both the Apple Blossom and the Horse of the Year title in the same year. Over the past 20 years, who were those two horses that in the same year won both the Apple Blossom and were named Horse of the Year? I'll tell you this, normally I would toss out some multiple choices, but these were two pretty special horses, so there are no multiple choices. Just work on it a little bit and come up with your answer. We'll have it at the end of the show. Again, this is the Daily Report for Friday, April 16th. Let's get to it.
Now, Monomoy Girl storms to the front, and suddenly, in the blink of an eye, is 3 or 3.5 in front. Finite and our Super Freak are left in the wake of one of racing's all-time greats. Yet another display of excellence. Monomoy Girl wins the Bayakoa.
That was the champion, Monomoy Girl, winning her seasonal debut February 28th at Oaklawn. She wins the Bayakoa, and it sets things up very nicely for the Apple Blossom Showdown on Saturday, because out in Southern California, a couple weeks later on March 13th in the Beholder Mile, Swiss Skydiver made her seasonal debut as well. Of course, she was an Eclipse champion last year also. Here's her performance in the Beholder Mile.
Now Swiss Skydiver has room, pounces on her at the 8th pole, and is hand-ridden to a comfortable lead as she waves goodbye, completely outclassing the field. It's Swiss Skydiver strolling through the stretch under Robbie Alvarado to win the Beholder Mile, loaded by 3.5.
You know, in the age of the Breeders' Cup, we become used to, with the Breeders' Cup money and the prestige and leading to potential Eclipse Awards, showdowns of the top horses, Breeders' Cup weekend, certainly. But earlier in the year, you just don't get the showdowns as much as maybe you did decades back before the Breeders' Cup became so prominent. But this year in April, they're putting up $1 million. It's a Grade 1 at Oaklawn, and it's a showdown between Monomoy Girl and Swiss Skydiver. Really looking forward to it. A field of 6 have been entered. It'll be the 11th race on Saturday down at Oaklawn. It'll go off a little after 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock local time down at Oaklawn. But Jenny Reese, on behalf of the Kentucky HBPA, caught up with Kenny McPeak this week. Here are some of his thoughts on his runner in the Apple Blossom, Swiss Skydiver.
Champ versus champ this weekend at Oaklawn. Each has one race under their belt for the year. Talk about Swiss Skydiver in a rematch with Monomoy Girl.
It's going to be exciting. You know, it's two champions. You know, anytime you get that happen. You know, I was second in the Apple Blossom years ago and got beat like that far with Take Charge Lady in Azeri. So I'd like to win that race, but it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun race. I don't think it's going to be a very big field either.
How do you turn the tables on her? You just had met her the one time in the Breeders' Cup Disc staff.
You know, our fella's just got to run a race. You know, we'll leave that up to Robbie, but he seems to have her number as far as timing. And just get her in a nice rhythm and do her thing. You know, she's obviously good when the horse looks her in the eye, and it's. I think we're both going to test each other at the highest level.
Again, really looking forward to this showdown. Swiss Skydiver, Monomoy Girl. Hard to know who to root for. They both have had stellar careers. Swiss Skydiver, the nice win up at Saratoga last year in the Alabama, subsequently the win in the Preakness. They met, Swiss Skydiver and Monomoy Girl, in the Breeders' Cup Distaff, but you have to draw a line through the race for Swiss Skydiver. She stumbled at the start, so that's a toss-out. It's going to be fun to see them face off in the Apple Blossom on Saturday. Speaking of Saratoga connections, Monomoy girl also with a Saratoga win on her resume. She won the Coaching Club American Oaks in her 3-year-old season at Saratoga back in 2018. She had the long layoff of 2019, sat off the entire year, and has come back and is undefeated since returning with 5 wins and 5 starts. Congratulations and hats off to the folks for keeping her racing. Hats off to Brad Cox for keeping her in top form. It's going to be fun. The 4-year-old Swiss Skydiver faces the 6-year-old Monomoy girl Saturday at Oaklawn in the Apple Blossom. But before Saturday, we have Friday action, and let's get you up to date on what's coming up Friday afternoon. Capital OTB, Capital OTB TV, and CapitalOTBBet.com. Aqueduct, Keeneland, Gulfstream, Oaklawn, Golden Gate, a little bit later on the Meadowlands. But I also do want to alert you, coming up on Friday afternoon, Tampa Bay Downs, there's a carryover into their late pick 5. I know people love to play these carryovers, and do not ignore this one. Friday afternoon at Tampa, $51,000 awaiting you in the pool of that late pick 5 at Tampa on Friday afternoon. So take a look. They will certainly bet into that race down on the west coast of Florida. Tampa Bay Downs, Friday afternoon, $51,000 carryover in the late pick 5. Over at Oaklawn, a couple of stakes on a Friday afternoon. Should be a lot of fun. I talk about the Arkansas bred races a lot when I'm handicapping during OTB Live in the afternoon on OTB TV. And you get down into the maiden, state bred maiden ranks, and they can be dicey propositions where you're more throwing at a dartboard than doing handicapping sometimes. But the state-bred stakes races can be kind of fun, and there are a couple of them on Friday afternoon at Oaklawn. The Rainbow Mist goes for 3-year-old Arkansas-bred fillies. But the one that's a little more intriguing to me is the Rainbow. That's for the 3-year-old boys bred in Arkansas. And in the Rainbow on Friday afternoon at Oaklawn, race number 7, Top Road Rules. I like this horse in the last race. Showed some speed before fading. Went off at 2-1 that day and wound up a well-beaten 10th. Now comes back in only 6 days. I'm wondering if this is one of those where they had this race on the schedule, and you hear the old axiom that a race is worth 2 or 3 workouts. Were they just trying to get a little fitness into the horse? I'm reading the crystal ball a little bit. But this horse that I think has some talent, at 10-1 on the morning line, I'm going to take a little pop in the 7th at Oaklawn on Friday afternoon, the Rainbow Stakes for Arkansas breds. I'm going to use number 5, Top Road Rules. So we'll see how that plays out Friday afternoon at Oaklawn. Do want to alert you to some of the promos coming up at Capital OTB over the next few days. Don't forget, Friday afternoon, the Bounty Bet returns. All you have to do to take a shot at the $1,200 plus bounty is play the late pick 5 at Aqueduct with your Capital OTB bet account, and you're in for all or part of the bounty. You get it all if you're the only person, and you're just playing in that universe of Capital OTB bettors, so keep that in mind. But if you're the only person to hit the late pick 5 at Aqueduct, you pull down the whole bounty. If multiple people hit it, they'll split up a consolation prize, but the bounty bet returns on Friday. Also Friday at the Clubhouse Racebook, a trifecta challenge. There's a Keeneland track bonus as well on Friday for OTB bet customers. Check out the website, capitalotb.com, for more information. Saturday, there'll be a player's bankroll at the Clubhouse Racebook. Check out the website for your opportunity to be potentially part of the bankroll team. They're always a lot of fun. There's also a $100 knockout challenge online, and I do want to alert you, Saturday is the opening day for putting your name in to be on the $5,000 Kentucky Derby Syndicate team. 30 players will be asked to put in $100. OTB will put in another $2,000. That means it'll be a $5,000 syndicate playing some pick bets and some exactas Kentucky Derby Day and into the Derby itself. Should be a lot of fun. Allows you to get in for a big chunk for a relatively modest amount of money. Again, you can check out the website for more information, but sign-ups begin Saturday for the Kentucky Derby $5,000 syndicate. First come, first serve, so keep that in mind. And now the answer to today's trivia question. The question was, over the past 20 years, 2 horses have won the Apple Blossom and a Horse of the Year title in the same year. Who were those two horses? As I said earlier, I can't really give you hints, multiple choice, because it would be pretty obvious. These are two pretty special horses. So hopefully you've locked in an answer, a couple answers, the two horses that have won both the Apple Blossom and an Eclipse Award for Horse of the Year in the same year over the past 20 years. Here is one of those horses winning the Apple Blossom.
Here she comes. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Zenyatta. 3/4, 112 and 3. Here they come into the stretch of the Apple Blossom Invitational. And Zenyatta flies to the lead in the middle of the track and takes command. To the inside, Be Fair is still there second with 10 Tap Tam. But it is Zenyatta leading away. Tap Tam is second. Be Fair running third. They're coming home under a hand ride. It is Mike Smith and Zenyatta in a triumphant return to Oakland. She wins the Apple Blossom Invitational by 3.5.
2010, the spectacular Zenyatta won both the Apple Blossom and a Horse of the Year title. She won the Apple Blossom twice. She won multiple Eclipse Awards. Just a fabulous horse. Who was the other runner to win both the Apple Blossom and the Horse of the Year title in the same year? The great Azeri. She actually won the Apple Blossom 3 times, 2002, 2003, 2004. But in 2002, she won both the Apple Blossom and Horse of the Year. So answer to today's trivia question, Azeri and Zenyatta. Congratulations if you got the answer correct. We'll have some more trivia questions to test your racing knowledge again when we come back next week. Time to wrap things up for Capital OTB's Daily Report, looking at the action for Friday, April 16th, brought to you by CapitalOTBBet.com. I'm Seth Merrill. As always, thanks for joining us. Again, some fun action coming up on Friday afternoon, including those nice little stakes at Oaklawn and more. So enjoy the racing. Good luck. We'll see you next week.